YouTube. How we doing, family? It's your boy, Yo, and this is another episode of the Ballpark Show. I go through every MLB game every day and try and narrow it down to the plays that I personally see the most value in. Today's Sunday, August 31st, last day of the month. I have 3 games and 4 props at the end, so stick around. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know your favorite game in the comment section below. Without further ado, let me get into today's recap. Recapping yesterday, we went 0-2. We dropped both of our highlighted plays. We started out hot with those Pirates, but things went south from there. First, we took the LA Angels and Houston Astros over 9 runs. Thought it was a good spot with Hendricks and Arrighetti on the mound. Somehow, both guys went 6 innings of 1-run ball. The Angels ultimately did their part, but the Astros bats were nowhere to be found. Final score was 4-1 Angels. Next, we took the Seattle Mariners on the run line in Cleveland against the Cleveland Guardians. Worst offense in the league finds a way to get it done. Gavin Williams went 7 innings of 1-run ball, and the 2-run go-ahead by Manzardo got them the lead. Final score was 4-3 Guardians. Smoked is an understatement. We're now 19-24 on all highlighted plays in August, and you know what that means? Have to get back in that win column today. 2 highlighted plays, let's crush it. Without further ado, let me get into today's games. In our first matchup, we have the Milwaukee Brewers in Toronto taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays are minus 120 on the money line, and the total is 8 runs. On the mound, we have Brandon Woodruff going for Milwaukee, and we have Max Scherzer going for Toronto. This is a really good pitching matchup. Woodruff has the better numbers this season, both current and expected, but both guys have career 3.1 ERAs, and Scherzer has 18 seasons of experience under his belt. We're going to find out tonight if the run the Brewers have been on is legitimate or cap. Yeah, they beat the Cubs, the Reds, the Pirates, but now you're facing the number 3 offense in the league with a perennial ace on the mound. I know the Brewers have a solid bullpen, they're patient from behind the plate, but man for man, this isn't the best roster in the league. I have more faith in the Blue Jays lineup moving forward in what should be a close one. I think Toronto wins this game. We're taking the Blue Jays on the money line as our first selection. Let's move. In our next matchup, we have the Detroit Tigers in Kansas City taking on the Kansas City Royals. Tigers are minus 177 on the money line, and the total is 7.5 runs. On the mound, we have Tariq Skubal going for Detroit, and we have Michael Wacha going for KC. Skubal hasn't looked like himself over Detroit's last few starts, but I'm still high on his game moving forward. 2.7 expected ERA, guy really does everything well. Low walks, good movement, ton of strikeouts. He's the real deal. Wacha's been serviceable, 4.0 expected, and amongst other issues, he walks way too many batters. The Royals' offense has started to wake up over the last 30 days, but in a bounce-back outing, I think Skubal neutralizes a lot of their effort. If they hadn't lost his last few starts, we wouldn't be getting this type of price with arguably the best pitcher in the league. They should show up in a big way. We're taking the Tigers on the run line. You can find it for plus 105 odds as our first highlighted selection. Let's move. In our last and final matchup, we have the Chicago Cubs in Colorado taking on the Colorado Rockies. Cubs are minus 245 on the money line, and the total is 11 runs. On the mound, we have Matthew Boyd going for Chicago, and we have Tanner Gordon going for Colorado. Looking at their advanced metrics, I would say this is actually a pretty even pitching matchup. Boyd obviously has the better current numbers, but he walks more batters and gives up a lot more hard contact. The Cubs' offense, bottom 10 over the last 30 days, not far off from the Rockies. When you consider this game is in Coors Field, I think the Rocks have an advantage. Of course, their bullpen's been miserable, but at home, their bats usually cause enough problems to stay competitive, especially against overrated teams. The money line's a tougher ask, but if you're giving me 2 runs in my back pocket, I have to take it. We're taking the Rockies plus the 2.5 runs. You can find it for minus 115 odds as our second highlighted selection. All right, guys, let me get into these props. Last day of the month, so let's sweep it. First, we're taking Royce Lewis of the Minnesota Twins to get 1 run or RBI. I think the Twins compete. They're favored for a reason, and Royce has a 5.0 OPS against David Morgan. Next, we're taking James Wood of the Washington Nationals to get 2 or more bases. One of the hottest young bats in the league, seeing Seymour for his first time. He gets us 2. Next, we're taking Eugenio Suarez of the Seattle Mariners to get 2 or more bases. You know tonight the Mariners are winning by 8 runs. Eugenio's top of the league in hard contact, and Bybee isn't in good form. Last but definitely not least, we're taking Nick Kurtz of the Oakland Athletics to get 2 or more bases. Until he gets tested, don't ask questions. He's seen DeGrom 6 times with a .333 average. Lock it in. And that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Tough stretch. We're now 19-24 on all highlighted plays in August, but the comeback is always greater than the setback. I'll review our overall record tomorrow. I'm looking to close out the season strong. Let's make September our biggest one yet. I appreciate the support so much. I do this every day for free, so please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Yo! And until the next one, I'm going to catch y'all. Peace.